Have you heard about the Ted Nugent remarks?
I have.
Ted Nugent is now under investigation by the Secret Service because he said he would be dead or in jail by this time next year if President Obama is reelected. He showed up at the NRA convention. I really find Ted Nugent, and this video is courtesy of rightwingwatch.org, I've found Ted Nugent to be one of the most despicable characters in this kind of pseudo-political fringe of guys who like guns and publicly support wars and Republicans. He has been one of the most despicable players to me for many, many years, and now he's finally getting the attention he probably warranted for a long time because the guy doesn't seem stable.
Yeah, this isn't the first time we've talked about him. He's always saying ridiculous things on stage.
We'll get to that.
Right.
Here's what he said most recently. Let's start there.
Our president and attorney general, our vice president, Hillary Clinton, they're criminals. They're criminals. A guy on the radio the other day said, well, name the crimes. About 10 minutes later, I said, have you had enough?
Look at the crowd around, by the way.
Who doesn't know the crimes our government is committing? So God bless you for being here. I feel a positive energy, but turn up the heat. Take this energy and this belief in freedom home with you and get everybody you know to get involved and engage, because it isn't the enemy that ruined America.
No.
It's good people who bent over and let the enemy in. If the coyote's in your living room pissing on your couch, it's not the coyote's fault. It's your fault for not shooting him. So it's an important time. So you're talking about exhibits, you're talking about hardware and ammo, and everybody's fondling sporting goods, and everybody's got a big old sexy grin on their face because they're surrounded by ballistic celebration. That's cool, but what I feel in this room is I feel this. I feel this. I'm not taking this crap anymore. I've about had it. Leave my damn paycheck alone. Unless you can be accountable, you get nothing. And if you take that adamant, we the people defiance, remember, we're Americans because we defied the king. We didn't negotiate and compromise with the king. We defied the emperors. We are patriots. We are Braveheart.
The emperors.
We need to ride into that battlefield and chop their heads off.
All right, so chop their heads off. Yeah, what's he talking about? We're emperors now? Does this guy have any understanding?
No, he's talking about the British.
I'm sorry, we defied the... What emperors did we defy?
We didn't.
Oh, okay. Well, there clears that up. Okay, here is another one of Ted Nugent keeping it going. He's, of course, going to be voting for Mitt Romney, Lewis. No surprise there. He keeps it going, and the Secret Service is now paying attention to Ted.
Can't get a couple of hundred people each of you. Some of you,
Let me skip forward, actually.
Who don't believe in the Constitution. Does everybody know here that 4 of the Supreme Court justices not only determined you don't have the right to keep and bear arms, 4 Supreme Court justices signed their name to a declaration that Americans have no fundamental right to self-defense. That sounds like a stoned hippie. That doesn't sound like a Supreme Court anything. It sounds like a supremely intellectually vacuous punk.
Okay, thanks, Ted. So, bottom line, Ted Nugent here alluding to who knows what, saying that he's going to be dead or in jail by this time next year if President Obama is reelected. This is a guy who likes to fight for his freedoms, and as long as he doesn't actually have to fight, right? Because, let's be honest, he supports wars as long as he doesn't have to go. Vietnam, he peed his pants for a week. Literally. I'm not saying figuratively. He actually admits, and in 2006, Ted Nugent admitted to an interviewer for the British newspaper The Independent about a 1977 interview in High Times magazine where Nugent detailed the steps he took to avoid the Vietnam draft. This is a guy who supports wars. He believes in wars. He likes fighting wars. He wants guns. He wants killing people, chop their heads off, all that stuff, Lewis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he wants guns as long as he's not in their sights.
As long as he's not in their sights, exactly. And he said that he started eating fast food and Pepsi and not brushing his teeth in advance of his interview for the draft to go to the Vietnam War. And then he started using his clothes like a bathroom in order to show up there and not have to go to the Vietnam War. Now, let's be honest. Not wanting to go to Vietnam was perfectly reasonable. The problem is that this guy's completely hypocritical because he supports wars. He just doesn't want to fight them himself. It's the epitome of the what?
False patriotism?
Of the chicken hawk? I mean, how would you define this, Natan?
Well, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. You just said it. I mean, this is a guy who is a total hypocrite. He supports wars. He wants other people to fight in wars. He did everything possible not to fight in a war himself. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. There's nothing to be said about it.
Now, if you think that Mitt Romney finds Ted Nugent to be disgusting, no. Mitt Romney actually says it's been great getting to know Ted Nugent. And Mitt Romney, in some weird way, kind of sought out Ted Nugent's endorsement in some sick way. Listen to this.
With you, and if Ted says you're okay, he endorsed you, I'm pretty tempted to do the same thing.
Well, that's good to hear. Yeah, it's been fun getting to know him and Ted Nugent.
Yeah.
Our president and attorney general, our vice president, Hillary Clinton, they're criminals.
Okay, so that's the guy. And then here is, just if you forgot about this clip, this is Ted Nugent. And let's just bear in mind there may be some swearing here, which we may have to take care of before we send this out to our broadcast stations. Here's Ted Nugent talking about Obama at a concert. Why anyone would go to a Ted Nugent concert, I can't imagine for the life of me, Louis.
Hey, Arnold, suck on this one time, you putz. I was in Chicago last week. I said, hey, Obama, you might want to suck on one of these, you punk.
Right, holding up his guns. That's pretty reasonable talk, right, about the president? I mean, imagine if a liberal musician were to say something like that, to hold up a gun on stage and suggest George W. Bush suck on it. People would think that that was reasonable, right?
Not me.
Or would there be a media complete frenzied breakdown over these comments, and we would be saying, look at what the liberals are doing. Look at what, by definition, because, listen, no one's really coming out and distancing themselves from Ted Nugent. Mitt Romney hasn't, as of yet. Very strange stuff.
No,
now,
it's a great endorsement for him.